What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of All the Mods 7 to the Sky. Guys, I have been doing a lot of stuff here off camera. One of those things I've been doing is collecting a lot of this essence. You can see that we're up to 2,400, about 2,500 right now, which isn't a whole lot. In fact, we just went and we chewed through about 38,000 of this stuff. I am crafting up the last of these growth accelerators that we need at the moment. Yeah, once these are finished up, we will have all of the growth accelerators for all of these plants right here, and that just finished, so that's awesome. So let's grab these and we will head downstairs and do this to turn off my hover mode, turn it back on so I don't die, and I need my wand of wandiness here. All right, so you can see we have all of the intermedium, the supremium, or the superium and the supremium now. So that's that one, and there's that. Okay, so now everything is full, and we are ready to go to make all of the essence. So the next thing we need to do is finish the soil up above that the seeds are planted on. We need to convert all that stuff into the insanium, and I think that's going to require 1,024 essence per plot here. You can see we do have 7 of them already, but yeah, the rest of these things, yeah, we're gonna need some. I think it was like 18,000 more essence or something. But yeah, you can see these crops are now growing quite quickly compared to when we first originally planted these things. Yeah, so I don't have to sit here and spam shift to like get this stuff at a reasonable rate. They are just growing pretty quickly now, all by themselves. So that is awesome. Last episode, we were working towards getting ourselves the Iridium B, if I remember correctly. So we had ourselves the, what was it called, a gene indexer. We had it over here. And since then, I have moved it over to our B area because I thought that made more sense that it'd be over here. Hello, horse. So yeah, our gene indexer is here. If we take a look at the quest book here, it did say, I remember reading this, that said, or you can place the genes in the gene indexer to auto combine them. And I have tried placing multiples of the same gene in here, and they don't auto combine. So I don't know if that's a bug in the mod or a bug in the quest text, but either way, it is wrong. But you can see here, we do have productive bees, a crystalline 100%. So we can make ourselves our honey treat that we needed. So we make this thing, we combine that with an egg, and then we get the crystalline bee spawn egg, which we don't want. But you take that and you combine that with an iridium ingot, and then that will turn into the iridium bee spawn egg, which we do want. So that's pretty awesome. So we are getting quite close here. We still need to get ourselves some iridium. I don't think we have any. Let's take a look. Iridium. Oh, we do actually have some iridium chunks. Okay, never mind. We do have those. Yeah, but getting back to these genes real quick before we go off topic here. You can see we've gotten quite a bit of these for the crystalline. So we'll just keep collecting these over time, which will allow us to get more of these full crystalline ones. And then we'll be able to do some good stuff. I did not mean to shoot my arrows there. So the iridium chunk, let's take a look. What's the best thing to do with these? So you can hammer them to get 2 per, so we'd have 4 total ingots. I guess that's what we want to do, is double it. We put it through the grinding wheels. We macerate it. Enrichment. The enrichment 3 into 4, that is not as good. Pulverizers 1 to 1. So yeah, you have, they're basically making you use like the FTB mod or the mechanical stuff, the grinding wheels over there. But we haven't even set any of that stuff up, so I don't think we're going to do that. But we do have the macerator here, so let's just throw the iridium chunks into this. We should get 4 dust, and we can smelt that into 4 ingots, and then we can look at making our iridium B. Okay, cool. So we have our 4 iridium here. We need to make ourselves the incubator now. So again, to make the crystalline spawn egg, we have to make a honey treat with the gene on it, combine it with an egg, and put that in an incubator. I have no idea how long this takes, but we need the incubator to begin this process. So we need a daylight detector, and we need a hay bale. Easy, easy. And there we go. So there's our baby incubator. This requires power. That's a fluid pipe. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we'll just throw it right here since this is just going to be like a one-time thing for now. Looks like we can put upgrades in this. Okay, so it was the egg, and then we need the honey treat plus the gene. So let's go grab our crystalline bee gene here. And this one. Okay, 100% plus a honey treat. There we go. All right, hopefully this doesn't take forever. It didn't say it was a % chance to get it. I think it's guaranteed, but yeah, hopefully it just doesn't take forever for this to happen here. And it looks like it's going to take forever. Well, don't mind if I do. Right, so I did put in the upgrade speed can be installed in a centrifuge for faster processing. Multiple upgrades can be installed for greater time decrease. I put that in there and the bar did jump, so it looks like it can be used in this particular machine as well. But there we go. There's a crystalline bee spawn egg. So that's awesome. So again, to make the iridium one, we need to put this in a canning machine or the incubation, either way. No, looks like we have to do it in the canning machine specifically. Okay, so we need the canning machine, and I don't think we have one of these yet, so let's look at doing that. So that is 10 ingots, a machine block, an electronic circuit. I think we should be able to do all of this stuff. Canning machine, we don't have one of those in here, and I'm pretty sure we haven't made one, right? Let's just take a look real quick. We have the extruder and the macerator and a centrifuge. Okay, so we want a canning machine. So in order to make that, we need the electronic circuit. I seem to have been missing all the game sounds. I'm not sure where the game sounds went. I don't know. Okay. Let me make sure. Options, music. Oh, the sounds work here. I'm not sure. Where's all the... Okay. The button clicking isn't working, all that stuff. That's kind of weird. Machine block. We don't have a machine block, and that is made. Control click. Start. And that's pretty quick. All right, very good. And here we go, machine block. Now the clicks are working. And then there's our canning machine. Very good. All right, so the only place that we have this type of power is over here on this weird thing. So I am going to place this over here. We'll have to set up an actual area dedicated for these machines at some point. But there's our canning machine. And we got full power. So now we do... Make sure we got the recipe right. So the crystalline bee spawn egg and an iridium. So there's that. There's that. And this is going at a fairly reasonable speed. So that's pretty awesome. Right. And here we go. Boom. Iridium bee spawn egg. So we need to set up a spot over here for the iridium bee. I don't know where we're going to put it. I guess I should just make myself another one of these hives and specifically set it up for that bee. But the thing is, before we even get there, if we take a look at the iridium bee, the bee flowering, in order for it to work, it needs an iridium block. So we're going to need more iridium to begin with before we even worry about setting this stuff up. So let's look at getting more iridium. All right, so in order to get iridium, we need to find the ores, I do believe. And yeah, so like, for instance, we look at raw iridium, we can see that that comes from these different ores. And those ores spawn in different biomes from 5 to 69. Nice. So yeah, we need to do that. I think probably the best thing that we can do to find this ore would be, instead of using the ore site, to make ourselves a digital miner. This is probably what we should have done previously when I was looking for our ores, but I forgot about this thing. But now I have remembered, so this is what we should do. This does require an all-the-modium ingot, but we have plenty of that stuff now. I believe we can make the atomic alloys, no problem. All this stuff should be fine. Let's go ahead and set up a recipe so we can make a digital miner here. That way I don't have to do any crafting by hand, and it'll just make it for me. Hopefully all these things the system knows how to make, and if not, we'll teach it. Okay, and then we need a teleportation core. Let's throw that all in there and see what the system says about this thing. Hopefully it'll just be able to make the digital miner. Digital miner, what do we need next? And we are missing personal chest, energy tablet, refined obsidian ingot. Okay, so energy tablet. Energy tablet. I believe it's this one that we need. This. All right, very good. Up here. All right, back to digital miner craft. we need a personal chest. And that is like a so. All right, so we just need that ingot now. So refined obsidian ingot. You make one of these by doing what? The osmium compressor, we need refined obsidian dust with osmium. We don't have any more space over here, do we? That was an enriching? I can't remember now. An osmium compressor. Okay, this might be one that we don't set up automated. We could add it in here. I think we have enough channels, but we don't really have anywhere to put it. Okay, well, let me figure this out real quick. All right, guys, so I went ahead and made an osmium compressor. I upgraded to the ultimate compressing factory. We got our speed upgrades and our energy upgrades in here, and I have an export bus on the bottom of this thing, exporting osmium ingots with 1 acceleration card, which should keep our osmium ingot supply full. And yeah, that's being converted into this liquid osmium somehow. I don't know, but that's the way this machine works. So we need to change the site config. Let's go ahead and just clear all of these things real quick. So we want the energy coming in from the back, input on energy, yep. And then the items, we'll set this to input, output from the top, and then auto eject on to the top. And I think we should be good. I think so. Let me unshrink myself. There we go. Yeah, so we now should be able to put in a pattern here to make that ingot thing that we need. So let's go ahead and make ourselves an ingot for the refined obsidian. All right, so it was a refined obsidian ingot. So in order to make this, we need refined obsidian dust turning into that. So we'll do a processing pattern. We'll say, oh, I cannot click these things. Can I just tell that recipe from this? Get rid of that and get rid of that. So refined obsidian dust turns into refined obsidian ingot. Hopefully that's all we need. So we come over to the ultimate, I guess it's compressing factory. This one, right? Okay, so refined obsidian ingot. We needed 2 of those. Hopefully this all just works, and it looks like it just works. That's awesome. And now that we have all that stuff done, we should be able to make this digital miner, and it looks like everything's happy. So we will start it up and see what happens here. Looks like everything's crafting, everything's happy. Maybe steel casing isn't being made. This isn't being made. What's going on? This might be one of those cases where I have to tell it that I can use like, what do you call it? Basically, NBT data is screwing up these recipes. So let me come back in here and edit this one. So like the personal chest that's in this recipe or in this recipe is probably something, yeah, substitutions enabled. We are allowing the substitutions, so why is that not working? I'm not sure. Maybe I can just craft this manually now that all the subcrafts are done. Let's take a look at this real quick. If I do this, it says it can craft that stuff, so why didn't it? I don't know. Steel casing. If we tell it to craft that, what's going on? This recipe is just busted. So it has steel dust. I am not sure. Okay, so now we need to debug the whole steel ingot situation. Something is screwed up here, and I don't know what it is. All right, I found the problem. Yeah, you can see the arrows are pointing down into these machines. This one doesn't have an arrow pointing to anything, but it is actually pointing forward. That's the problem. So I use the thing in this mod pack. I moved our smelter over so we can make room for the compressing factory. I use the thing in the mod pack where you can like shift and right click a block and then place it again, right? And that screwed up the positioning of the arrow, and I did not notice that before. Okay, well, that's an easy fix. We just take our wrench and we click the top of it, and that should point it down. Oh, maybe we gotta click the side. There we go. Okay, now it's pointing down. Now it should be in the right spot. Now the recipe should be happy and we can make a steel once again. So let's cancel this craft since that's never going to finish, I don't think. We do digital miner. Will it just craft it now? Was that the problem? Aha! That was my mistake for changing things up over there. Right, so now we have the digital miner. So that also means we're going to need speed upgrades. So let's make 8 of those. And then we're also going to need energy upgrades. So we'll make 8 of these as well. Those are more important than the speed ones, but either way, we need both of them. Okay, so digital miner, we'll place that down, put in all the energy ones, and we'll worry about the speed ones later. Okay, so we have the digital miner. We also need power. So do we have a point? No. Point? Ooh, this thing right here is hiding underneath that little tab thing. So let's make one of these. All right, so now we got power, we got the digital miner, and we have the speed upgrades. Should we be able to do that? The other thing I need to know is like how much power do we have available here to like put into this? So we have some power. So it looks like we have 2 of these that are completely unused at the moment. 3, 4. So we have 4 of these that we could potentially put into that. And these produce 640. So we want to keep it somewhere around 2,000 or under, I think, for our current power situation. I mean, we could worry about ramping this up. I think we probably could supply more dynamos at this point. But let's just leave it as it is for now. We'll try and keep under 2,000 and just do a whole bunch of mining and get this ore that we need. Okay, so we need to go to the end, I believe is what it said. And we are looking for iridium ore. That would be this stuff. So that is all the ores, iridium, and ore. That's the thing that we need to remember. So let's go to the end. You know, another thing I am curious about. Can I use a personal shrinking device just to get into this thing? Let's find out. I bet I can. I bet I can do that. So let's grab this. We'll shrink down. Can I just go into here? Oh yeah, look at that. That's awesome. Okay, very cool. So now that we are here, we got to deal with this guy. Oh yeah, this is real easy with this upgrade sword. These guys were near impossible before. They had like crazy health regeneration. I couldn't keep up with the damage. Okay, so now that we're out here, let's put this guy down. Right, and we are looking for all the ores, iridium and ore. I can config this. This UI is different since the last time I've done it. New filter, tag, all the ores. If I do that, will that work? That's what it was called, right? All the ores, irid. It don't like that at all, that's for sure. Can I just do iridium? Put a star in front of it? Will that work? Aha! It doesn't say what these ores are, but we're gonna assume this works. So radius 32. Min 0, max 60. I assume this is X and Y. I think 69 was the highest, right? 0, 32. I think we should be good. So let's go back here. Auto eject, auto pull, silk touch. We'll turn silk touch on. Does this say how much? This is using 500 FE per tick. Okay. And then we need power. Like so. Power is full, so if I click start, it does not have anything. Okay, so we need to move this thing, I assume, to a place where we can find the iridium ore. So after spending some time in the end, I was placing our digital miner around, and I'm still not able to find any iridium ore. I thought maybe because like we went to the end on an older version of the game, maybe I needed to regenerate the end, so I did that. And still no iridium ore to be found. So then I was thinking, oh, you know what? the unobtainium ore that we saw previously said it was marked player mineable only, not quarryable. And I was like, did I derp? Was I being stupid and we just can't find that stuff because it can't be mineable? But these are not labeled as such. So I don't know, guys. I can't find the iridium end ore. So obviously they're supposed to be end ore. I can't find it. There is no generation in the nether. Right, so there's no point in checking there. I did go to the other, and I tried in a couple of various places. Again, can't find it there. Maybe it's there, and it's exceptionally rare, and like you'll never be able to like just randomly find it. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, it does not look like this is going to be the way for us to get our iridium, unfortunately. But we can use this to gather other such resources should we need them. In particular, one thing I did see is that there was platinum in the end, so I was using this to grab a platinum. So there we go. We needed this to make Enderium and I think some other things like that. So yeah, that'll definitely be nice to have the extra platinum in there. But yeah, as far as getting iridium, I think we have one more option here that we can do. So we have the bee that can just make it over and over, but we need the block, which means we need more iridium to actually make this bee work. There is this chem lab stuff. Oops, I wanted to bookmark this. So there's this chem lab iridium, and this you can get using the periodic table about the elements to learn more about this element. So you can get in a fusion controller with iron and antimony, or bromine and molybdenum. I think there's, well, it looks like there's a few different options here. I haven't gone through all of these to know what the easiest one is, but the first one says iron and something else, right? And antimony. How do you get, maybe, how do we get the antimony? Is that easy enough? This doesn't look like this is going to be easy. All right, so I'm going to go through all of these different things. I don't know anything about this mod. This is alchemistry. And these require 50 FE, 200 FE, 300. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's going to be crazy. There is a book here that I could make. But yeah, I think first things first, I'm just going to go through and see if there is a recipe that seems like it would be reasonable for us to even attempt to get into this mod. And then we might check this mod out. I saw that we were up to over 18,000 of our Inferium Essence here. And I went ahead and I upgraded all the soil, so now it is all at the Insanium farmland tier. So that's awesome. This is all done. So every one of these crops has the highest growth crystal underneath it, and it has the best farmland. So I don't think there's anything better that we can do as far as this mod is concerned. There might be other ways that we can accelerate or speed up the growth process using another mod, but for now, I think we're just going to go ahead and just let this build up a big supply, and then we'll worry about some other things. So I was looking at the Minechem stuff here. Or, I'm sorry, the Chem Lib stuff. Yeah, so osmium and hydrogen, both of those can be combined into iridium. You also have tin and cobalt, so that's pretty good. I don't think we've been doing anything with cobalt, and we have lots of tin. Silver and zinc looks like can also be combined into iridium. So we have a few different options here. I was thinking maybe this would probably be our best bet. Hydrogen, we should just be able to get through mechanism directly, right? So just power into hydrogen essentially is how that works, making the hydrogen gas. So I think that might be how we do it. It looks like, yeah, this is using empty FTBIC fluid cell of ChemLib hydrogen fluid. I was thinking, well, actually, hold on a second. I was looking at this before, and it definitely didn't say ChemLib hydrogen. It was talking about mechanism hydrogen. Yeah, maybe it's just showing up different stuff here. I'm not entirely sure. But either way, I'm pretty sure you can use the mechanism hydrogen for that, and then we'd be using the mechanism osmium. I don't even know how much we have, but we're not really using that for a whole lot of other things. Oh yeah, we have like so much osmium. It would not be a problem to use that for that. And another thing, if we're going to be making these osmium things, it's a nugget. A nugget makes one of those. So that's not bad at all. Again, I've never used this mod before, so I think we're probably going to dedicate next episode into doing this stuff, but I just wanted to show you guys my research into this. In order to make the iridium, though, in a fusion controller, right? No, I'm sorry. In order to make that in a compactor, at 16 of these things turns into 1 iridium dust, and then you can smelt that into the ingot, right? So that's going to be pretty cool. So that means we need 16 nuggets of osmium. If this is the method we go with, I'm not sure if that's what we're going to do, or the tin and cobalt, or silver and zinc. We'll have to figure out which one's going to be the best one for us. I'm leaning towards this one, though. But yeah, it means that we're going to have to use about an ingot and a half of osmium in order to make the iridium dust, which is not bad at all. I think that's definitely going to be the path forward. But again, we've never used that mod before. I'm going to have to get the book and read up on it. Maybe there's more to it than that. Maybe it's going to require more power than what it says on those blocks. It looked like it was very inexpensive power-wise, but maybe there is overclockers and stuff that'll like really cost a lot. We'll find out. But anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.